Tonight, Flint shootings, 4 in the city last night, killing 3 people. The increase in violence continuing. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us at 5:30. I'm Frank Turner. Tonight, Flint Mayor Sheldon Neeley and Police Chief Terence joining us live from our Flint Bureau to talk about the uptick in violence in their city. Gentlemen, good evening, and thank you both for being with us tonight.
Well, thank you for having us.
Good evening.
Let's begin with what's being done in the city right now to help cut down on this rash of violent crime. Chief, do you have an action plan?
Yes. Well, actually, yesterday's events was a very violent day. But as I have stated in the past, going back all the way to February, January of this year, our data indicated that we were going to experience an uptick in violence. It was trending that way based on the data. So going back to probably February, March, we began to be proactive. We established a party store task force. We also began conducting warrant sweeps, targeting those drivers of crime that have active warrants for violent crimes, gun crimes. And we continue to aggressively take guns off the streets that are possessed illegally by those drivers of crime.
Can you help put this in perspective for us? Are we looking at gangs? Is it drugs? Is it just random? What's causing these shootings that we're experiencing lately?
Well, there's a variety. None have been described as random. There have been targeted assaults. There have been individuals that have been retaliating for other reasons, several different reasons. Some have been domestic related. So there's been a variety of reasons for this uptick in violence.
Mr. Mayor, you've asked repeatedly for people who see something to say something and to step up. Do you really believe that residents can help you put an end to this violence in the city?
Absolutely. You know, the police force can't do it alone. You know, it's a community that needs to come together and band together. If they see something, you must say something. We have Crime Stoppers. We have other electronic measurements that we are implementing, and we're even contemplating declaring a gun violence emergency inside the city of Flint. Getting these illegal weapons off the street is very important. You know, we've been collecting weapons, more than 400 just this year that has been collected and destroyed, and that's just from our local police officers. From our Michigan State Police Officer Partnership, they've been collecting weapons as well. But this is being part of a mental health issue. Our President of the United States have said it's an uptick throughout our country, but definitely it's about the community, and we have to band together to be able to come together to be able to stop this violence. And so we see these systems of violence not only in the city of Flint, Saginaw, Detroit, Pontiac and Highland Park and other communities in the state of Michigan, but definitely we have to get the guns off the street, and we need everyone's help to be able to do that. And so we have to be able to make sure that we can count on our neighbors and our friends and our families to be able to give us tips so we can put an end to this senseless violence.
Chief, I'll let you have the last word briefly. You've got 4 substations closed during the pandemic, about to reopen. Do you expect that to have an impact?
Yes, that's just going to be part of our community initiative. Bridging the gap between the police department and the community. They'll have exposure to an officer or a volunteer at those many stations. They can walk into those many stations, make complaints, or address their concerns. So it's very huge at bridging that gap, building community trust between the community and the police department. So they're huge in our efforts to combat this violent crime.
Chief Terence, Mayor Sheldon Neeley, thank you both, gentlemen, for being with us tonight.
Thank you.